Today I'm going to show you a really quick tip. It's using the envelope punch board, and last time I used this I showed you how to make gift boxes with an envelope punch board. So today I'm going to quickly show you the actual original purpose, which was making envelopes. So we'll get to that in a minute. First, make sure you get your environment the way you'd like it so that you feel right at home. I have a little guest joining me today. He is my American Hairless Terrier Bosco, and he is going to wrap up in his blanket because it is freezing in here. And I know you've heard me talk about how cold it is where I live. In fact, right now the wind chill is 19 degrees below zero. I had to laugh because I was checking the weather, and it says that tonight it's supposed to get to about 30 below zero. That's 30 below zero for the wind chill. So it says frostbite possible in under 30 minutes to exposed skin. Seriously, who is going to be outside for 30 minutes when it's 30 below zero? Are you kidding me? And lucky for Bosco, he never has to leave the house. He's a litter box. It's like he's part cat. But anyway, I will set him down in a minute so I can put my shoes on, because today I'm blinging it up with my boots, and then I'm going to get busy with my stamps. So I'm going to get everything situated. I'll be right back. Alright, stampers, I'm ready to go. Today I'm going to show you how to make the envelope for a card using the punch board. I have already made a card. My last video on Matchy Matchy Monday was making this gorgeous card using this fun paper out of the Celebration catalog. So I want to make an envelope to go along with it, and kind of using not only a different method to show you, but also kind of continuing the theme of matchy matchy with this. So I'm going to get my materials all set. I am going to be using the punch board really to create the envelope, but when I'm done, I'm going to go back to the colors that I used on this card, and that is Rich Razzleberry and Garden Green, and using the stamp from Lotus Blossom, because I made this into a thank you card, I'm going to use that little thank you stamp to kind of make the envelope match with the card that I'm sending. So I'm going to get those supplies out of the way and show you how to score the envelope. Alright, if I need to make an envelope for a standard size card, I just use the table that's on the envelope punch board itself, and I find the size of my card, and then it will tell me the dimensions that I need to use to trim my paper piece down to for the envelope, and then also where I start scoring it on the measuring tool on the envelope punch board itself. So, put on my trusty reader glasses here so that I can see what I'm doing. My eyes, I think they get worse by the minute. Alright, so when I'm looking at a standard size card, I need to have a piece of cardstock or paper that is 8 1/8 by 8 1/8. So I've taken a piece of regular cardstock and I've trimmed it down to 8 1/8 by 8 1/8. And then it tells me, I also have no memory, so I have to keep re-looking here to find this out, that I need to start scoring it at 3 3/4. So I take the ruler here at the top of the punch board, line it up in 3 3/4, give it a punch, and then score the one line. Now this is the only time that I am going to line it up on the measuring piece of the board. When I turn this a quarter of a turn, I don't line it back up at the 3 3/4. Instead, I use the score line. I don't know if you can see that very well from the video, but I use the score line that I had used, and there's a little piece that juts out on the envelope punch board, and I line that little piece that comes out, it's kind of like an arrow, I line it up with the score line. And I punch, and I score again. Turn it a quarter of a turn, again lining it up on that little arrow that juts out there. Scoring it, turning it, lining it up with the little piece, and scoring it a final time. So let me get my punch board out of the way. So now I have my envelope basically scored and ready to go. So all I have to do is fold in on the score lines, and I have, if I fold it together here, I have my envelope, as you can see. Now, one of the other things that you can do is you can take your, get rid of these pieces here, take your envelope punch board, and using the back side, you can slide in, and I usually just do two pieces that fold in towards the middle. Let me show you. I guess I can't explain it very well. But I take the two pieces that fold, this one that folds up, and I round that corner, and then I round this corner as well. Now obviously I could round these two pieces too. It's not going to really make any difference. But I guess I just always do those two. So now I have my envelope ready to go. But what I like to do is to always make my envelope match my, I'm kind of making a shadow here, but I always like to make this match the card. So again, just showing you very quickly, this is the card that I had made, and I had done it as a thank you. So I'm going to take those same two ink colors that I used, and let me pull out just a little bit here, oops, wrong way. The Rich Razzleberry and the Garden Green. And I always want to kind of keep track of which way my envelope will fold together. I don't want the words to be upside down. And I'm going to just stamp, and maybe even double stamping so that I get a little bit darker, a little bit lighter. Clean that off. Get some of that Garden Green on there as well. So when that side folds up, I think I need to put one more in there. Kind of get this one half on and half off. All right. So when I put this together, that's going to fold up, and I also want to do it on the top side. So now that I know which way I'm going to be folding this envelope, cleaning that off in between there. Where else do I want one? I think I want to bring this back and fold it down so that I can get a few that are kind of hanging off the edge. Clean that off again and go back to my green and get one of those. Okay. Clean off my stamp. I'm going to close these up. I have a tendency to somehow, if I have an open ink pad, I think I just touched that one. If I have an open ink pad on my desk, it never fails that I touch it and smear stuff all over the place. I am just obviously kind of a messy person. Alright, so I'm ready to put this envelope together. And I just think it's kind of cute to have a pattern on there. Now to adhere this, what I like to use for my adhesive is the sticky strip. And that looks like this. It's kind of an orange piece of tape. And I'm going to find the end of that on here. You can feel it pretty easily. And I need to put this piece down. So I'm going to run a piece of tape along that edge. And I don't know what to do with my scissors. Oh my gosh, I can't find stuff when I put it away. And I don't run that all the way to the end because I don't want it to go up here and stick onto the back of that, onto the back of the inside of the envelope. I'm running another one. And trim that off. Okay, so I have my adhesive strip. I'm going to pull in a little bit for you there. And all you do with this, once I make sure I always kind of press down a little bit on the end because that just really makes sure that that orange piece peels off of there quite easily. So I just give a little extra rub on the end, and then I can usually just pull that right up like so. All right, so I have the envelope adhered together on the bottom. Take my card, slide that into the envelope, and then I can adhere that down when I'm totally ready. So when they open up the card, it's matching. And that's what's so fun about making your own envelopes. You can really, make them fit any occasion, make them match. Just makes it look like you've really put extra thought into whatever it is that you're sending somebody. And before I'd go, I just want to show you Bosco's little home away from home in my craft room. He is one member of the family that is allowed in here because he doesn't really disturb me too much. As long as he has his little zebra blanket, I can tuck him in and he's pretty happy. And he'll just lay here and watch. Bosco and I will see you later.